everyone, and welcome to this Video Song Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield, and what do we have here today? Well, we have a Palm docking station and a leather case. Now, as the leather case I don't believe looks empty, you're probably wondering what is in the leather case. Well, rather than just tell you, I thought I would show you. What we have here is a Palm M105. Now this is one of Palm's later models, later than the originals that came out in the 90s. And you can kind of tell that. I mean, looking at the shape of it, it's got the curved bottom, which, kind of made it, in my opinion, look less business-like than a lot of Palm's other offerings of the day. Now, there is a reason that I got this. And if I'm going to be honest, I saw Brandon Bishop's video about it. That was his first ever PDA. And he had, he bought it off of a friend. Who got it with, and his friend got it with a Dell computer that he bought. I think it was, I don't like to misquote, but I think it was 2001. But I quite fancied having one of these myself, and I found this very cheaply on eBay. I believe I only paid like £3 or something for it, something very daft. And I got the PDA with a docking station. Very nice. The front of the case that Brandon Bishop was talking about that will actually show you the time. I'll show you that feature. And a leather case, which, if I'm honest, is kind of past its best. The only thing that's keeping this belt loop on is the actual button. Yeah. Because the leather has actually came adrift. Unfortunately, as I don't seem to have inherited my mother's handiness with a needle and thread, I'm not going to be able to sew that back on. So that's basically just going to hang there like a derpy pendulum that's upside down. However, what I can do is ply this PDA with batteries and give it some power and be able to test to see if it actually goes for £3. So what I have here is some batteries, which cost about as much. The whole pack of batteries cost about as much of as the PDA itself. But I won't need to use the entire pack of batteries in it, just a couple. Let me get these open. These blooming security tags, seriously. I hate to sound like my parents, but it is a bit of a sign of the times when, you have to use a security tag, on batteries. I mean, they don't really offer, you could get into them. I've been able to do that, but it took me a while, and I think that's supposed to pose more as a deterrent rather than, a delay mechanism, rather than, just being able to weak the pack open and what have you. Anyway, time to put some batteries in The world's cheapest Palm Pilot. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. Unfortunately, I never did have a PDA the first time around. I had an organiser that looked like a PDA that had a touchscreen, but it was fixed character block matrix, and it had letters printed onto the screen that you would actually tap with the stylus. To be honest, it was a very nice gesture from the person who let me have it. But you know, I mean, if you're only, you know, the price point that PDAs like, well, personal organisers like that were at, you know, I'd sooner have a keyboard, you know, to stop it. You're just making it more difficult. The device doesn't need a touchscreen, therefore one should not be included. Anyway, whereas this is a genuine PDA, it's a genuine Palm Pilot, and a touchscreen is needed. And there's nothing actually pre-printed into the screen. Right, okay, I'm probably scratching this by having it face down on the training board, although I do believe the screen is recessed, so it shouldn't be an issue. Right, I'm having trouble getting this battery compartment back on. That is somewhat embarrassing. Oh, there we go. Now, ta-da! We have power! Use a stylus to tap the center target. Oh, it doesn't have the animation. That's a shame. Tell you, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of colour palms. So now I'm going to have to obviously, calibrate this. Now this becomes difficult for me actually because, you know, being visually impaired, I have to look close at it. You selected English as the language for your Palm handheld. If this is correct, tap OK. English was selected and the language for your handheld. To prevent data loss, the setting must match the language selection on your desktop. Do you want to continue in English? Yep. I'll set the time and date. So I live in the United Kingdom. And the time is currently 11:15. So I would say it's... yeah. Actually, I would say it's probably 22:46. And I like how you select... you've got the tens and units for the minute. It just makes things so much quicker to set. And the date is April 2014. Now, what is the date? I believe it's the 25th. 25414. Setup. No, it isn't. It's the 24th, isn't it? Derp. Yes, it's the 24th, but only just. I keep thinking it's Friday and it's not. It's only Thursday. Setup complete. To learn about using your handheld, tap basic skills. I guess we can go through that. Launcher, you've got... it'll show you what to do with the launcher. The buttons... I really can't see any of this because now I'm looking through the camera lens, so... well, the screen of my iPhone, so you guys can see it. Yep. I can adjust the contrast as well. I would say that's perfect. And there you have it. Regular Palm Pilot. So, you know, I could add a new name and address, last name, okay. So, I think you've got to, I forget how to do K. I know it's kind of like the Jesus fish symbol. It's that's an X. That's not a K. That's the one. And then all that, I mean, I'm just going to put my name in for now. I'm not going to. But there's Palm Incorporated, and then, you know, just a couple of example addresses, and then you've got a graffiti course, memo pad, security to-do list, and then you've got a clock, then you've got HotSync. I need to set that up on a computer. I'd like to get some games going on this. And then, of course, you've got the welcome thing. Oh, there's the derpy animation. Oh, no! Yeah. The welcome screen is basically what you go through when you first switch the PDA on. So there you have it. Oh, and there's a calc. Oh, and of course it's backlit. Now, my other Palms, I have the Palm 1 and the Palm 3, they actually backlight the screen. But this one, like my school friend's handspring visor, it actually backlights the pixels, which is actually probably easier to see in the dark, but can make some applications a wee bit, yeah. Now, my former friend did actually have an app that would backlight, that would actually reverse the backlight, so it'd actually backlight everything, you know, it would actually backlight the white areas rather than the black areas. And that is not bad. But I think what's good about it doing it this way is that you're only lighting the things that are on screen rather than the entire screen. So that is going to save on battery life. So in that kind of way, it's quite clever. But it is a wee bit weird at the same time. Now, one thing about this PDA that I do know is this was kind of released in probably 2000, 2001. No, it was released in 2000. Oh. Right around the time of the Nokia 3310. So you could actually drop it. And it would still continue, I believe, to function. Including the backlight. But it was actually made right around the time when handheld device customization started. Of course, Nokia had their express on covers, and well, certainly in the UK you could get the Philips Savvy phones sold on BT. You could actually get different coloured cases for them. And I'm not talking about the leather cases that people used to put their mobile phones in. I'm talking about actual flashes. So, let's see if I can... I managed to get this off today. Yep, there you go. There's a wee tab there, and what you do is you just push that up the way. It's really is better if you've got the two hands right enough. I think I've done it. Just... and there you have... It's not too bad, actually. But it is a wee bit ugly without this bit. But there you have it. And so what I'm going to do, I'll just stick that back on, actually. So with that in mind, I mean, I would say that, you know, I mean, this runs, you know, pretty much the same as, you know, any kind of Palm from that vintage. But looking at the shape of it and the fact that you have changeable covers, I would say this PDA was more of a home user's PDA rather than a business user's PDA. Now this should have belonged to something. I believe it's actually broken off of something. It's broken off of a type of case. And the screen is pretty, you know, badly scarred. It's definitely got battle scars. Now, if this had its full case, yes, it's definitely broken. If this had the full case that surrounded it, then what this would be a flap that covers the screen. Now you'll see a wee hole in the screen, in this, where you can see a wee bit of the screen. Right, and if I position this right, you also get access to the up button. There's a good reason for this, because if you hit the up button, yep, it actually displays the time for a wee bit. How cool is that? But it'll do it anyway. Yep. Except you actually see it in a dialog box. Clock. And then you can hit OK, and then that'll actually unlock it. Or you can hit Settings, and then that will actually enable you to set an alarm, which is kind of nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back home, preferably using the stylus, which is, I do believe, is the original, which is kind of nice, because styli can go missing. And yeah, I'm going to lock it. I'm going to put it back in its leather case. And I'm going to extract another one of these batteries and put it in my shaving razor, which is a Gillette Fusion M, along with a new cart, because Asda had special offers on. I'm glad I went into Asda actually tonight, because they had special offers on razor blade cartridges for the Gillette Fusion. Anyway, this concludes this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you have, please feel free to subscribe. If you like what I do here on Video Sans Frontier, please like the page on Facebook. Both URLs will follow. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed watching my video, and please join me for my next video. Thank you for watching.